you ever wondered what it means to have faith? To trust in something or someone even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Today we're going to explore the story of a man who became known as the father of faith. His name was Abraham, and his journey teaches us what it means to walk with God and become a friend of God. Let's dive in. Abraham's story begins in a place called Ur, a thriving city in the ancient world. He was the son of a man named Terah, and his name back then was actually Abram, which means exalted father. But as we'll see, God had a bigger plan for Abram, a plan that would change not only his life, but the course of history. One day, God spoke to Abram. He said, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you." Imagine that. God didn't even tell Abram where he was going. He simply said, "Go," and promised to bless him, make him into a great nation, and make his name great. And guess what? Abram obeyed. He packed up his family, his belongings, and set out on a journey into the unknown. Now, this wasn't an easy journey. Abram and his wife Sarai were getting older, and they still didn't have any children. But God had made a promise to Abram. "I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you." Abram held on to that promise, even when it seemed impossible. And that's where faith comes in, believing in what we cannot see, trusting in God's plan, even when it doesn't make sense. One night, God took Abram outside and said, "Look up at the sky and count the stars, if you can. That's how many descendants you will have." Can you imagine how Abram felt? He was an old man, and his wife Sarai was well past the age of having children, but the Bible tells us that Abram believed God, and because of his faith, God counted it as righteousness. This was the beginning of Abram's special relationship with God, a relationship built on trust and obedience. Years later, God fulfilled his promise. Abram, now called Abraham, which means father of many nations, and his wife Sarai, now called Sarah, had a son named Isaac. Isaac's birth was nothing short of a miracle, and it reminded Abraham that God always keeps his promises, no matter how impossible they may seem. But Abraham's faith was tested again. God asked him to do something incredibly difficult, to sacrifice his son Isaac. Now, this might sound shocking, but it's important to understand the bigger picture. God wasn't being cruel. He was testing Abraham's faith, and Abraham, once again, obeyed. He trusted that God had a plan, even if he couldn't see it. Just as Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, God provided a ram to take Isaac's place. This moment showed Abraham and us that God always provides when we trust him. Abraham's journey teaches us so much about faith. He wasn't perfect. He made mistakes along the way, but he trusted God, and that made all the difference. Because of his faith, Abraham became known as the father of faith and even a friend of God. The Bible says Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. His story reminds us that walking with God isn't about being perfect. It's about trusting him, even when the path is unclear. So, what can we learn from Abraham's story? First, faith means trusting God's promises, even when they seem impossible. Second, walking with God leads to a friendship with him, a relationship built on trust and obedience. And finally, God always keeps his promises. Just like Abraham, we can step out in faith, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from the Bible. Until next time, keep walking in faith.